Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We're back on this beautiful title screen, amazing, cool musical theme blasting as we journey in for our second episode of the playthrough. Really enjoyed the introduction to this. We've started with our dwarven rogue character, Mapo Bro, as he's affectionately referred to. But we're on the main menu because I just wanted to address some things real quick. Is this game has a very interesting way of, I guess, installing or having the DLC be available in the game. I installed it through sort of the EA Play, thing. It was all showing as owned and installed and everything like that. But you realize that when you look at it in the game, it wasn't actually showing up. So you have to do some weird thing with a Dragon Age like updater or something like that. But it's all in now. So I have all of the DLC from the Ultimate Edition installed. And two mods have been installed that are for, performance improvements and general, overall quality of life improvements. So I've got the FTG UI mod on, which gives some nice font and UI scaling with some other enhancements. So things will be easier to read on screen, which would be nice. And then I've also installed Quinn's Ultimate Dragon Age Origins Fix Pack. So this fixes like a lot of bugs within the game that we may or may not end up encountering. But it's better to preemptively sort of cover our bases on that one. So we've installed those two and have all of the other DLC installed as well. So we're going to resume where we left off, which is in jail. So here we go. We are in jail. We have been imprisoned in prison. And yeah, all right. That instantly is bigger, which is nice. So this should be easier to read and easier to see. We got some feast day things, which I think is DLC. It gives us some credits as a codex entry, which is very interesting. There you go. First things first, we've actually got a level up, which is nice. 3 new attributes. Probably a good idea to bump up our strength a little bit. So I'll do that, and then we'll take our constitution to a 14 as well. Nice. Something to have a look at as well is in our inventory. We've got a bunch of new items. So this is all the sort of the DLC gear. I'm not sure if we're going to really use them right away, because I feel like we should be able to get through this area without having to equip gear that I guess we technically shouldn't have. But it looks like we get a decent amount of stat bonuses on each one. I'm not sure if this is all items tied to the base game or DLC campaigns or anything like that. So I'm not sure if it's actually a good idea for us to like read the descriptions of the items, for example. Because I would like to, but I'm not sure if it might like give anything away later in the game. So if anyone would love to confirm with me if it's safe to read the item descriptions of the DLC gear, that would be great. Otherwise, I'll leave it for now, just in case. I don't want to like accidentally read something and it'll be like a story plot point at some point. You know what I mean? But we do have gear. We'll try and not equip it. I mean, I can't even equip this dagger or this bow anyway, because you need higher level dexterity. We do have a Formari tome, though, which is a tome that gives the reader one point to spend on a skill, but is rendered useless afterwards. Formari are known for a rigorous dedication to the pursuit of knowledge. This manual, one of the more popular Formari texts, contains a wide variety of insight into skills and knowledge. So let's use that. Cool. Okay, so it just counts as like a level up. And we have a skill. Nice. Let's see. First tier weapon talents, if we do combat training, might be a good idea. We are in jail, though. Some improved coercion might not be a bad idea. But I'm thinking, if we're doing a prison break, how are we going to get out of here? In a stealthy way or in a aggressive combat way? I might go for combat training. Let's do combat training. We have a guard here.
Leave off with your noise. You're giving me a headache.
That's how it started for me too. I'll just wait quietly for my death now. But as you can see, the dialogue bar is now bigger and expanded upon, which is good. So text easier to read for everyone involved, which is good. The bar on this door is broken. Could you check it out? And then he'll get close and we'll smack his head on the bars and get out of here.
Where? I don't see nothing wrong.
Ah, pick his pocket while he's distracted. Okay.
Oh, you're probably just upset. I remember one time when Mistress Jarvia was mad at me. She didn't lock me up, but she yelled a lot. And she hit me on the head. But it was real nice of her not to kill me.
Okay. Items received. Is that everything? Ah, all non-plot items. Ah, plot items. Okay. Cell key, a cheaply made heavy iron key. Nice. Okay. So we got the way out.
Stop bothering me.
Ah, I need to speak with Jarvia. Will you get her at? Will you get her for me? Okay. So he could leave and then we can sneak out. Will it work though?
I don't know. Mistress Jarvia didn't say anything about you talking to her.
Persuade. I have an important information for her. Ugh, see, maybe we should have done for improved coercion.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
I'll go get her. Don't try and escape while I'm gone.
Okay, cool. We didn't need improved coercion. We're out of here. Alright, cell key. 20 XP. Nice. Let's get our boy out of here.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Oh, so combat. We gotta kill people. We gotta kill people to get out of here. We can't leave anyone alive. Alright. Let's go. Ah, nice. The classic confiscated belongings chest when you do a prison break. Nice. Alright, we got some lesser health potions, which is nice, and we've got gear. So I'm gonna dagger this bad boy up. We have so many daggers. Leather gloves, leather boots, leather armor. Cool. And then, oh, hang on. There's one that goes in the different hand, right? Yeah. Okay, now I got 2 daggers, and Lesky can have the axe, and gloves, boots, armor, and the shield. Nice. So Lesky's got his gear. We are equipped. Love it. All right, we're getting out of here, baby. Let's do a quick save while we're here. Now, I have stealth.
Why do you get to tell me what to do?
Lesky also has stealth, so...
Quiet as a duck. That's asleep.
None shall see me.
Alright, let's do stealth. Now, we haven't used stealth before, so stealth makes it possible for you to deal devastating surprise attacks, lay traps, or to avoid immediate confrontation with your enemies. So, I'm not sure if we're on a time limit. I guess sitting here and waiting is a good test of that. Does the stealth run out after a certain amount of time? Do we have to pass passive perception checks against enemies when we enter an area? Like, can they potentially see through our stealth? You know, stuff like that. I guess we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't look like, it's just glowing, so it doesn't look like there's like a countdown or a cooldown or anything. So we might just be able to stay in stealth mode, which is good. So potentially we could get out of here without combat, but I would say the combat XP might be worth it, and also getting used to combat with a party member might also be a good idea, because I'm not necessarily super used to the combat in this game and all of its abilities yet. Like, while I've played KOTOR, which is a similar thing with the Dungeons and Dragons style turn-based combat, This is still a new system to get used to, you know? Okay, we're in battle. But they're not doing anything because we're in stealth. Okay, so stealth doesn't get worn out. That's good. Lesky is not... He's got move freely, though. Interesting. I guess maybe when combat starts and he's in stealth mode, he just doesn't engage in combat. Alright, got some armor here. We can loot from these guys. Fire arrows, cool. I don't have anything to shoot said arrows from, though. Now I do. Oh, no, yes we do. We have a short bow. Never mind that. Short bow and a Carter shield. Okay. Fire arrows, eh? That's cool. Okay. Well, what could potentially be a good idea for me to do is to scout ahead and see what we're dealing with. Okay, so 3 enemies in one room, 2 in the corridor. We've got more down here. Hello there. Just gonna loot your barrels if you don't mind. Cool. An engraved silver bowl. Shall we take that with us? Do we need a bowl? Oh, I guess it would be... Yeah, it's... Okay. Sell it for some silver, naturally. Get some money out of it. Some more boots. I wonder how far ahead I can go. It's good to have an idea, do some recon, have an idea of what's lying ahead. I don't think you can, yeah, you can't save during combat, so I have to make sure I get this right, otherwise I have to restart and do all of this again. But I can go through with my character, and then we can have, Lesky go through as well. If we wanted, just one at a time. Nice, an actual proper health potion, not a lesser version, and a Silverite rune. +2 damage versus Darkspawn. The emblem of Dumarch, the first archdemon, symbol of betrayal and the first blight. Alright, take those. More fire arrows, nice. A dwarven mace, which can actually be wielded, nice. Yeah, cool. Just walking through and looting the whole area before we leave. Dwarven longsword, which requires 15 strength, so can't wield that. And dwarven armored boots. Hey, can I wear those? So let me just focus on armor. Why can't I read? There we go. Yes, give me those. Give me some better boots. Nice. Look at this. Look at me. Fucking... I just do this prison break on my own at this point. I think doors that look like that are doors that can't be interacted with or opened. Those are just... If you see these doors from a distance, I want to just assume that none of them can be opened, but these can. Anytime I've seen a door that looks like that, it just doesn't open. What's around this way? Another 2 guards. Squad. We got a chest here. With dusted leather armor. Ooh, tier 2. Okay, a little bit more armor. Cured version. Okay, cool. So we had rough, and now this is the cured version. Patched together from shoe leather, torn jerkins, and bits from old gloves. This is far from pretty, but it's fairly tough. When equipped in a set with the duster gloves and boots, we get a bonus to armor. Nice, set bonuses. Cool. So if we have the others, that's good to know. We get little bonuses. I'm not sure how tough these enemies are, but I'm not going to risk it yet. Probably better to have Lesky with us. 2 is better than 1. Alright, I feel like we should I feel I'm actually cautious to go further. It feels like I've already gone too far without Lesky, and I don't want to accidentally like fucking make a mistake at this point, because then we'll have to restart this whole area. So let's head back and at least take Lesky through this with us. But looking at this, it seems that we can actually navigate this area without any combat entirely. I mean, we could both stealth out of here, but I have a feeling that fighting, getting combat experience, and looting these bodies is probably a good idea. It could be a terrible idea. That's the funny part, right? This could be an awful idea. These guys could be so much stronger than us, and it might actually be a scripted stealth escape, considering both me and Lesky have stealth to get out of here, and this is like my Dwarven Rogues background, but we'll see. So let's head back. Let's head back to Lesky. He's still chilling here. All right. I can't get him to come in with me. Guess we'll bring him in. Bring him in. All right. Are we ready for combat? So when we're in stealth, I believe any hit is just an automatic critical / backstab. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's do this. Nice. Oh, we do have the stealing skill, don't we? This character is quick enough to pilfer small items from others, whether friendly or hostile, as long as they are not too alert. Well, I mean, they don't even know we're here, do they? Oh, shit. Cannot steal in combat. Fuck. Okay. So, even though we're in stealth, we were still treated as being in combat. Okay. Makes sense. Dude, he just eviscerated that guy.
My back, right? Quickly, we must fight!
Quickly, we must fight! Oh god, Lesky's in trouble, actually. He's under half health. Might have to get him to use a health potion. Nice, we're actually not doing too bad here, just attacking. Cool. Okay, Lesky didn't die. That's nice. However, we're still in battle. A mole that needs 18 strength and a deep mushroom. Regain a small amount of stamina. Okay. I'm assuming the stamina is the yellow bar. Yeah, stamina. 62, 65. Okay, so our stamina goes back up, which is nice, slowly. Might have to use a lesser health poultice on Lesky. Let's see how it goes against the two of them. Alright, yeah, alright. Can't activate stealth now that we're in combat. Oh, maybe what I could do... Oh, shit. Hang on. So with H, we can change it from hold position to move freely, because he was about to take them on himself. But I'm thinking... Can he use the bow and fire arrows? If you don't have the fire arrows, do you just fire normal arrows, or you need to buy normal arrows as well? I wonder. Alright. And then if we do this, then Lesky can shoot from it. Yeah, shoot from a distance. Get him. Get him. Get him. Okay. Okay, now they're close range again, so I'll take off that. You can go back to your previous weapon. The axe is better. Oh, the mace has better armor penetration. Put the mace on. Cool.
Damn you! No quarter shall be given.
All right, Lesky's okay. Shit. Lesky's definitely in trouble. So, oh, the quick bar isn't the same for everyone. All right, hang on. Can I do it in here? Use.
I can't wait.
Nice. Cool. Heal yourself. Don't die on me. Yarg! Oh, now I'm in trouble.
I shall do it.
Come on, Lesky, take this dude out.
We must fight. Let us do it quickly.
I trusted you with this one dude because he's got like no health left. Come on, I believe in you. I'm taking this one guy out before Lesky took out that dude's small health. Holy fuck. Okay.
Do you think I could bleed to death from this?
Hang on. Oh shit. Our health comes back. Okay, cool. Lyrium potion. Okay, there's health regen outside of battle. I'm so glad that we're not still in battle with those other dudes. Nice. Lyrium potion. Restriction mage, so we can't even use it. Lyrium potion instantly restores a portion of the user's mana. Mana. Only spellcasters can use it. Okay, I guess we'll be selling that then. Why does a dwarf have a lyrium potion? Oh, I'm significantly less stressed now. I was actually getting really stressed that we only had this many potions to get us through all of these combat scenarios. Cool.
If we want to get away with this, we can't leave one man alive to tell Barat what we've done.
Okay. Which means we're out of combat now so we can save.
Sometimes silence is best. What's the story?
And we can go back to this. It's so weird hearing my character speak when he uses items. Alright. We'll go back for another stealth. Okay, that's good. As long as we make it through, like, battles and get out of combat, our health comes back. That's very nice.
Ready.
I feel good now. I could always give Lesky the bow and then set his tactics to be an archer, right? And then he'll kind of, like, hang back and, like, shoot him from a distance. But then I'll get ganged up on. Let's try that. So, tactics... There's like ranged behavior. Oh, well, I mean, the archer and the scrapper things are the same. This is great. I can't wait to get into this a little bit more later, but this is amazing. The amount of detail that's here. All right, enemy with the lowest health, attack. Right? When you're being attacked by a melee attack, he uses dirty fighting. That's cool. Alright, save. To custom, I guess. Alright. And then we put on the bow, put on those fire arrows, baby. And then I'll play as this guy, this little dude called Mapo, and we will engage in combat because we can't steal. That's really interesting. So even if you're in stealth mode, when you are in the presence of enemies, it automatically goes into combat, so you can't steal from enemies without killing them, is what I'm getting from this, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, you can't just be like, I don't want to attack these guys, but I want to steal from them, you know? But I guess this is probably a scripted sequence anyway, but god damn it. This dude looks exactly like me, and for that, you will die!
As you say.
Alright, he's shooting with fire arrows from... No! He's attacking him! No! Oh, fuck. Nice, he was attacked by a melee attack, so he did his other tactic to do dirty fighting. Cool.
Very well.
Dude, the combat's actually really fun in this game. Nice work with those arrows, dude. Look at this tactical combat. And I didn't even change it to the cool tactical camera. This is really fun, actually. I like how this is put together. What is with the lyrium potions, guys? We're all dwarves. Nice. Okay. So I'll save again, because I'm going to be abusing that quick save. That's for sure. Okay, there's another room in here.
See me. What do you need?
What do you need? Oh, hang on. Let's change it to move freely. It's a good shortcut, though. Pressing H to be like, hold position. Do not move. So that's kind of similar to like the party and solo mode thing from Knights of the Old Republic. Alright, we're automatically in... Oh, so there's 4 of them this time. Alright, hang on. You got your bow, right? I could get on the enemy's flank and go this way. And you could shoot them from over here. Position Lesky here. with the bow. And I'll be here. Okay. Hey! I missed! How did I miss in stealth? Oh shit, they're all coming for me. This isn't good. Oh, dude, I just realized how good this is for Lesky. Because Lesky's getting, like, back shots, right? He's doing more damage from behind because they're not even focused on him. This is a good distraction for me then, right? Almost died. Oh, dude, this is so good. And this is why I love being a rogue, baby. Stealth. Hell yeah.
As you say.
Lyrium potions. I feel like that's some sort of cruel joke. Okay. Save once again. There's two dudes down here.
Sometimes silence is best. Quiet as a nook. That's asleep.
Dwarven rogue, so cool. I love it. Stealthy bastards.
Let's not exhaust our supplies.
Okay, so now we'll take on these dudes. And then ski. With your bow, you can go here, my man. I can't believe I missed with that attack against that dude.
Careful!
Oh, hang on. Alright, we're out of fire arrows, but he still shoots normal arrows. Cool. Alright, that's confirmation, right? Yeah. So if you have a bow, you just shoot normal arrows. You don't have to worry about... You don't have to actually go and buy arrows. That's good to know.
Very well.
Another health potion.
I'll be done.
Another health potion. Nice. Okay. Having a mixture of like a close range one there and then an arrow fighter from a distance, that's really good. Okay. Cool. You with me? Are you with me, Lesky? The game just auto-saved. I didn't press anything then. So this is about to be a significant event. Okay, hang on. If the game auto-saved... Ranked creatures. The names of particularly challenging opponents are displayed in different colors to draw attention to the significant threat they represent. The game's giving me tutorial spoilers. Opponents with yellow names are more challenging and aggressive than average. Orange names represent extremely powerful enemies capable of threatening a full party of adventurers by themselves. It's like when you're doing something innocently and you're like, oh, I'm going to fast travel. It's like, you cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby. Okay, shit. In that case... I'm going to give you your weapons back. You can have a mace and a shield. I feel like now that we don't have the fire arrows, maybe it's better to have a more of a defensive thing. Alright. Maybe we can still stealth whatever this is going to be, though. Alright, stealth. Never mind. It's Barat. Fuck.
If that turncoat brother of hers doesn't know his place, I don't need precious Rika either.
Oh, God.
That the one you got all done up in lace? I've been wanting to get my hands on that.
Dude.
I know what you mean.
I know what you mean.
She's yours if you want her, boys.
All right.
And let me tell you, it tastes as good as it looks. What in sod all is that doing out of its cage? Let's teach this little duster a lesson.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. Hang on. Okay, so this is the ranked creature thing. He's yellow. Probably a good idea that we switch to melee then. Look how I love how satisfying this is. The game actually looks really good as well. Like, graphically, very beautiful. And I love that we can switch to like a tactical viewpoint of the thing. But I quite like this camera angle for combat still as well. All right, we can't use stealth. Who should we go for first? We should focus on... Alright, I'm thinking dirty fighting on Barat. And then you can do dirty fighting on another one, so we'll stun 2 enemies. Why won't it change? Oh, I guess I'm in the middle. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. There we go. Alright, dirty fighting together. Yeah, nice. Okay, 2 of them are stunned.
You're gonna regret being born.
You're gonna regret being born, okay? Barat's really strong. Alright, we got one out of here. I'm stunned.
Right, that's it.
Quickly, we must.
Okay, he's dead. Whoa! Oh, I cut his head off! I cut his fucking head off, holy shit. Stun him. Stun him again. I love dirty fighting, god damn it. He doesn't stun for long this time. I'm gonna die again. Fuck. God.
No order shall be given.
Get him.
You beast.
Together. Oh, Lesky.
You see him there all when we're done with you, and you just charged in and sodding slaughtered him. You have to be the luckiest duster in Orzammar. Barat's dead, and we're standing here. Hail to the sodding king!
Nice. Kill your oppressors, and then we got to get out of here now, I guess. I was hoping you'd have time to beg for mercy. And now we step up to take things over. Now let's go for number 1. I was hoping you'd have time to beg for mercy.
Oh, he was begging, all right. That look of utter surprise on his face when he tasted his own blood. That was as close to begging as Barat gets.
Let's just make sure Rika's okay.
Well, he sure was talking like she's still alive. But I won't turn down the chance to go take another peek.
God damn it.
Could you tell Rika I killed him? I mean, it doesn't do you any good if she thinks you're the most virile warrior in all the stone.
Are you sure? She might be quite happy that I've gotten that done. I don't know. Do you really want to say that while I'm holding a weapon? No way. I'm the new Carter boss now. I don't know if I really want to be the Carter boss. I kind of want to get out of here. Let's just get out of here before the guardsmen show up.
You said it. Fortunately, if Barat's got them trained like he says, it should be a good long time before any guardsmen turn up here.
Well, we'll just end up slaughtering them like we did with everyone else.
It shall be done.
Oh, I like that they become like just bones
It has begun.
after you loot them. Lesser Warmth Balm. The light balm attunes the user to the element of fire, increases the user's resistance to fire damage for a short time. And a Dwarven Warrior's Belt, +1 strength and armor. Steel rivets have been driven through the leather, making this belt almost armored. Nice. And a greater health poultice. God, if he ever used a health potion in battle, that would have been a little more difficult. Alas, he is not smart. Okay. Let me put this belt on. Where is it? Dwarven Warrior's Belt. There we go. A non-DLC item that I can equip. I was like, yeah, I wanted to feel like I want to not have to rely on some DLC stat increase items, at least at the very beginning, because I feel like being able to kind of get used to the combat and the systems and it still be relatively sort of challenging in that sense without having whatever these stat boosts give me. It's probably a good idea. What is this here? 4.6% fatigue. Wearing armor causes fatigue, which is a percentage increase of the basic mana or stamina cost to activate a spell or talent. Ah, nice. Okay, 4.6%. It's in the red. Alright, let's save. After that bad boy. I said that was an impressive prison escape. Nice. This combat is really, really satisfying to get into, actually. And I'm glad that I didn't struggle too much to really adapt to those systems. I really quite like how you can stealth into the thing and position your characters and then get the upper hand. That was really nice. Right, let's get out of here. Not to mention the game's really really nice to just kind of play the game and control with. Like, gameplay feels good, combat feels good, it's all really nice. Gather your party and venture forth. Okay, now we're in Barat's shop. So Barat's dead, but, what's her face? Java Juice is, still around out there somewhere, right?
You're not supposed to be here. Wait, is that blood? Ancestors, protect me!
Ancestors, protect me! Well, we gotta go see if Rika's okay. Oh no, hang on, we can interact with these doors sometimes. Okay, I should. But the good thing is, you can tell from a pretty decent distance. If you can, it'll highlight.
There they are! Seize the fugitives!
How do you know?
Drop your weapons and walk down slowly. We will use force if you resist.
Dad, save me. I think the voice of this dude is Campbell from Metal Gear Solid. I don't know. I think it's the same voice actor. Oh, my character has disappeared from existence. I think it sounds the same. Similar. I just killed Barat. You should be thanking me. I was kidnapped. What are you all doing here?
Your escape from Orzammar's prison had the guards baffled, it seems.
Until one of them recognized your friend as Barat's man. Regardless, the penalty for impersonating a higher caste is death.
If Barat is as influential as you say, perhaps he also masterminded this Everd's impersonation.
Last I saw Barat, he was suffering from a bad case of dead. Barat won't be a problem anymore.
He's dead? Barat had many enemies, but also powerful allies.
Barat would have butchered us if he hadn't killed him first.
Your friend has once again demonstrated his courage. We Grey Wardens travel far and wide in search of those with the potential to join our ranks. It seems I have found one.
This dude's got a crush on me. Let's go. Adopt me, Dad. I will be your dwarf Grey Warden's son. Are you asking me to become a Grey Warden?
Let me make my offer formal. I, Duncan of the Grey Wardens, extend the invitation for you to join our order.
This man is a criminal. You can't do this.
I can, and I am. It would mean traveling to the surface lands and thus leaving your people, but it does offer you the chance to strike a blow against the Darkspawn and the Blight.
Mate, I am going to become a fantasy Jedi with you. Let's go. Then sodding yes, let's get out of here now. What's the trick?
While it is no trick, it is a dangerous life. I can promise you no guarantee of safety. I can also give you nothing in return for these hazards. In joining me, you leave all you know behind.
All you know behind. Well, I'm obviously going there, but yeah, we should probably check in with Rika, right? I'd like to talk to my sister before I decide.
And I see your friend would like to speak to you as well. Why don't you see what they have to say before you give your final answer?
Oh, she just appeared! What the... I thought she'd be somewhere else. Was she there before? I didn't even see her around. She just fucking appeared. Well, the whole gang's here. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, dude. So according to our codex entry, it was like yellow is pretty dangerous, but orange is like top tier, like that they put Duncan's name in orange. Let's just fight him real quick.
Those guys must have seriously cracked your skull. You're not gonna turn down being a Grey Warden, are you?
Everyone says the surface is so awful and open.
I went up one time for Barat. It's real bright. She can hardly see anything, and everything smells funny, like food instead of stone. But a city's a city. And up there, no one cared about the brand on my face.
I don't want to leave Rika.
Well, don't you worry about that. Old Lesky'll take care of her.
That's what I'm afraid of.
She'll be the first one telling you to go. She never wanted this to be your life.
I don't know how to fight Darkspawn.
Everyone in that proving fought Darkspawn, and you sure flogged them.
True. Alright, you're right, I should go.
We'll go back and tell him yes before he comes to his senses.
Proving Master.
I couldn't believe it when Sir Duncan said he wanted to recruit you. I was ready to kill you when I heard what you did at the proving. But it worked out for the best.
What are you doing here, Rika?
When I heard you'd been arrested, I ran straight to the proving grounds. But you'd already disappeared. That's when Sir Duncan said he wanted to invite you into the Grey Wardens. I almost fell over.
I don't want to leave you alone here.
Those are the rules of the Order. All Wardens leave their families behind.
I really do want to go, and I'm very excited to go, and I'm going to become the chosen one, but I do want to express some regret of leaving you behind forever. But goodbye! And then I will run away. I'm not going unless you can come with me. Interesting.
You have to go. You'll never have a better opportunity. As a warden, you'll be the equal of anyone in the noble houses. Please don't hold yourself back because of me. I think, for the first time, Mother and I will be fine. I spent the afternoon with my new patron. If everything works out, maybe I can even greet you as an equal if you return.
There you go. She will continue her noble hunting. This is the man you spoke of earlier?
Yes. He calls me his Amber Rose. Isn't that sweet? He has a voice like a poet. He has already promised to move Mother and me into better lodging, where he can find me more quickly when he wants me.
Huh? You'll be happy like this?
I am. Truly. I could never make a life fighting Darkspawn. But if I can bear a son who makes his house proud, that's all I can ask. Go, little brother. Make the world a better place.
Wild, okay.
It's time for you to go. A new life awaits you.
You're lucky they didn't execute you on the spot, Brand. I would have.
I cannot believe Duncan would offer such an honor.
You deserve to die for insulting the ancestors.
There's no way you could have won without cheating.
I did cheat for one of those fights, you are correct.
I can't believe it. A dirty little duster.
Have you spoken with your friend and sister?
I have. I'm ready to join you. So I can say, not yet, I need more time. So...
Hurry. The King's army awaits at Ostagar. I would not like to return and discover we have arrived too late.
Okay. Can I leave?
If
Oh.
you leave now,
Oh,
I will not
okay.
be able to protect you. The guards will jump at any opportunity to put you to death. You know that.
Okay.
If you wish to say your goodbyes, do so quickly.
Like, can I go? No, I'm forced here. All right, take me with you, Dad.
Have you spoken with your friend and sister?
Yes, I'm ready to join you.
Then before these witnesses, I hereby recruit you into the Grey Wardens. Know that you are most welcome. Before we brave the deep roads, I would like to make you a gift of this mace, since you have so few possessions of your own. It was once wielded by the Warden Forel Idukan.
Nice.
I believe he was related to your king. I know you will continue his proud example. Goodbye, my friends, and thank you for your hospitality.
Far out, dude. Peace. I got a fancy mace. Let's
We will
go.
be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here.
Whoa.
This
Let's
blight
go.
must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kalen, I didn't expect
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Can we skip the introductions? I am Mapo, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
Stout. Who are you calling stout? I like his armor. I like the dragon face on the chest plate. Very fancy. So, already meeting royalty. God damn. How much do you know about dwarves, Your Majesty?
I've always wanted to learn more. Perhaps you could enlighten me sometime.
Did you have a battle to fight first?
I meant after we defeat the Blight, of course. I doubt Loghain will give me a moment's rest until then. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days?
I don't know, and I don't care. Personally, I couldn't pick him out of a crowd. I hear the king was well enough when I left.
Good. I hope to work with him as well as my father did. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks.
Your welcome means nothing to me, human lord. We'll see about that.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Sounds like the blight is almost over.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
I like the helmets on these dudes. The shields look like pillowcases, though.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
Yet you don't sound very reassured.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Okay. You could if you were not such a fool. You don't even know him. Okay. What would you have him do?
Wait for reinforcements. We sent a call out west to the Grey Wardens of Orlais, but it will be many days before they can join us. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
Okay. What do you mean? What ritual?
Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Okay, everybody's gonna haze the new guy. Let the hazing begin. The initiation. Why is the ritual so secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Not the jalapeno juice with tequila shot. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it, Duncan. Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already.
Ah.
They've been waiting for us to arrive.
I thought I was special. There's 2 other people? God damn. What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Okay. Goodbye, Dad. Are the other 2 recruits a human and an elf? And then that's like the other 2 potential, like backgrounds? Is that what they're sort of like, is that what they're pushing for here? It's like, there's 3 new recruits to the Grey Wardens, a dwarf, an elf, and a human. And so if we had different backstories, it would be like if we were an elf and we got here, there'd be a dwarf and a human recruit. It feels like it by saying there's going to be 2 others, but we will wait and see. I will save my game and we will have a look at our codex because we've got some new entries in here. So, King Kalen, I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. Son of the legendary King Marek, not sure how to pronounce the last name, Theron. Kalen was the first Ferelden king born into a land free from foreign rule in 2 generations. Since his father's death, he's held the throne alongside his queen, Anora. Nice. Loghain Mactyr. It takes more than legends to win a battle. Loghain was born a farmer during a time when his country was under foreign occupation. When he was still a boy, he joined the resistance, where his considerable tactical genius quickly became apparent. He became close friends with Prince Marek, the last true heir to the Ferelden throne, and together they led the rebels to drive out the forces of the Orlesian Empire. Marek raised his friend to the nobility, and Loghain is now more of a symbol than a man. He represents the Ferelden ideals of hard work and independence. Okay. Culture and history. The Korcari Wilds. It is said in the midst of the Black Age, where when werewolves stalked the lands of Ferelden in numbers that kept every farmholder indoors and a hound on every doorstep, a powerful Arl of the Alamari peoples stood and declared that he would put an end to the threat. His ailing stood on the border of the dark forest of the southern border of the Ferelden Valley, and he claimed that the werewolves used to forest the launch their midnight... And he claimed that the werewolves used the forest to launch their midnight assaults on humanity. For 20 years, this Arl led an army of warriors and hounds deep into the forest. In his hunt for the werewolves, he slew not only every wolf he came upon, but also every member of the Chasind Wilder folk. Any one of them, he said, could harbor a demon inside, and thus would be a werewolf in disguise. For 20 years, the forest rang with the screams, and the rivers ran red. The tales say that an old Chasind woman found her sons all dead at the Arl's blades. She pulled one of those very blades from the son's heart and plunged it into her own chest, cursing the Arl's name as she did so. Where her blood touched the ground, a mist began to rise. It spread and spread until it was everywhere in the forest. The Arl's army became lost, and it is said that they died there. Others say they wander still. The ruins of his Arling stand to this day, filled with the ghosts of women waiting eternally for their husbands to return. The forest of the legend is, of course, the Korcari Wilds. There are as many legends about the Great Southern Forest as there are shadows, or so the saying goes. The Chasind Wilder folk have made their home there since mankind first came to these lands, and the wildlands spread as far into the south as anyone has ventured. Beyond the mists are vast tracts of snow, white-capped mountains, and entire fields of ice. It is a land too cold for mankind to survive, yet the Chasind eke out an existence even there, and they tell of horrors beyond the wilds that the lowland folk could not begin to comprehend. To most, Ferelden simply ends with the Korcari Wilds. There is nothing beyond. The wilds is a land of great trees, wet marshes, and dangerous monsters. What more need to be said? From Land of the Wilders by Mother Alis, Chantry Scholar. Nice. Creatures, an archdemon. In the darkness eternal they searched for those who had goaded them on, until at last they found their prize, their god, their betrayer. The sleeping dragon Dumat, their taint twisted even the false god, and the whisperer awoke at last, in pain and horror, and led them to wreak havoc upon all the nations of the world. The first blight. The false dragon gods of the Tevinter Imperium lie buried deep within the earth, where they have been imprisoned since the Maker cast them down. No one knows what it is that drives the Darkspawn in their relentless search for the sleeping old gods. Perhaps it is instinct, as moths will fly into torch flames. Perhaps there is some remnant of desire for vengeance upon the ones who goaded the Magisters to assault heaven. Whatever the reason, when Darkspawn find one of these ancient dragons, it is immediately afflicted by the taint. It awakens twisted and corrupted, and leads the Darkspawn in a full-scale invasion of the land. A blight. Cool. All right, new codex entries to read. And controls. Nice. Okay, so our quest in Ostagar is currently finding the Grey Warden Alistair. You have arrived at the King's Camp just outside of the Korkari Wilds in the ruin known as Ostagar. Duncan has told you that when you are ready to begin the joining, you should seek out the Grey Warden named Alistair somewhere in camp. Alright. Let's leave the camp. Alright, let's open up the map. Let's see. So, King's Highway. Cool. King Kaelin's tent, Logain's tent, Duncan's fire, dog kennels, Kennel Master, Infirmary, the Korkari Wilds, the Quartermaster, and Alistair. So that'll take us to King's Highway. Is there anywhere I can actually go out here in this area before we leave? I'm just wondering if there's like items to find out here. There's people out here. A soldier.
Make a watch over you, my lord.
Everyone's so nice now. They have respect for me. My tattoo means nothing.
Make a watch over you, my lord.
Hell yeah.
Make a watch over you, my lord.
Nice. Look at that view, baby. Look at those snow-capped mountains. Look at my ability to levitate and make myself as tall as this soldier. Love it. Cool. Alright. Not sure if there's going to be anything out this way. But we can certainly get used to being outside. We're no longer underground. Part of me kind of wishes that there was another ability to just pull the camera back really far, but like keep it facing forwards instead of being top down.
The Tower of Ishal is off limits. The men stationed inside are securing it now.
What is the Tower of Ishal?
I think they used it once to watch for wilders coming out of the forest.
Okay. Why is it off limits exactly?
By orders of Tairn Logain. The tower is being secured by his men to be used during battle. I'm told they discovered some lower chambers, and they don't know how far down they go, so for now, everyone's to stay out.
Lower chambers?
I didn't see anything like that when I was there, but who knows?
Okay. This is a pretty large ruin.
Goes back to the time of the Tevinter Imperium. Dwarven make. That's probably why it's still standing.
Oh, we do make them good over here, lad. I should go.
Make speed your steps.
Blessings of Julianus upon you. Blessings of the Nine upon you.
Make a watch over you, my lord.
I'm going to assume that's all they have to say. All the soldiers sound like Jon Snow. So we will go in here.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
That's right, he's my dad.
This place hasn't seen such bustle in centuries, I'll wager. Need a hand getting anywhere?
Where is Duncan's tent?
Not far. It's straight ahead, just past the royal encampment. Most of your fellas are in the valley with the army, but the recruits seem to be staying up here for now.
Looking for a Grey Warden named Alistair.
Try heading north. I think he was sent with a message to the mages.
And tell me about Ostagar.
Used to be a fortress a long time ago, so I understand. Back in the days when the Wilders used to invade the lowlands. You were just on the eastern side of the ruin. The Tower of Ishal is there, but Tairn Logain's closed it off until the battle. This side is the King's Camp. We've got the Grey Wardens here, the Circle of Magi, the Chantry. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting somebody important.
Is there anywhere to get supplies?
Quartermaster, he's just a bit to the northwest.
Where is the king?
Probably in his tent. He and Tairn Logain are on the southwest side of the camp. The king likes to spend time with his soldiers, though. Sometimes even without his bodyguards. Drives Tairn Logain wild, that does.
The Circle of Magi is here?
A few mages, yes. They even brought those creepy quiet fellows, the Tranquil. Gives me the shivers when they talk, all cold and even. They're to the north of here, bunched up with a herd of Templars glaring at them. Can't miss it.
Do I hear dogs barking?
This is Ferelden, isn't it? The king has his kennels on the west side of camp. Stinks from all the hounds. These aren't cute puppies, though. Some of those dogs bite the darkspawn and get too much of that blood in them. It's like poison. Slow, painful death. Terrible.
Can I pet the dog is the important question. I want to ask you something else.
Go on then.
Never mind.
Good luck to you then.
Goodbye. Ostagar. Alright. Representing the furthest point of encroachment by the ancient Tevinter Imperium into the barbarian lands of the southeast, the fortress of Ostagar was once one of the most important defensive holdings south of the Waking Sea. It stood at the edge of the Korkari Wilds, watching for any signs of invasion by the barbarians known today as the Chasind Wilders. Straddling a narrow pass in the hills, the fortress needed to be bypassed to reach the fertile lowlands to the north, and proved to be exceedingly difficult for the Wilders to attack because of its naturally defensible position. Like most Imperial holdings in the south, Ostagar was abandoned after Tevinter's collapse during the First Blight. It was successfully sacked by the Chasind Wilders, and then, as the Chasind threat dwindled following the creation of the modern Ferelden nation, fell to ruin completely. It has remained unmanned for 4 centuries, though most of the walls still stand, as does the Tower of Ashal, named after the great Archon that ordered its construction. Ostagar remains a testament to the magical power of the Imperium that created it. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Cool. I like that talking to characters and exhausting their dialogue does give you codex entries as well. Further information. The King's Guard.
Greetings. King Kalen is not in his tent right now?
King Kalen's not here right now. Check back later. Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot.
I suppose I do, though he's spending most of his time with the Grey Wardens. He rides with them wherever they go, in fact. Teyrn Loghain sees the king whenever he can and argues with him over coming battles, but the king just waves him off. The king wants to end the Blight with a single huge battle the bards will sing of for centuries. Do you think that's possible?
We will see in the coming battle.
That's how the Teyrn feels. He'll do what the king wants in the end, though. The king thought it was funny that Teyrn called him reckless, and they fought about the queen.
I didn't know Kalen was married. Yes, I did, because I read the codex, and it talks about Queen... Aeoli.
To the Teyrn's daughter, no less. He wasn't happy about something she did or the king did, I'm not sure. I probably shouldn't discuss it.
Okay, see ya.
As you wish.
Can't go in the tent. Loghain's Guard.
You approach the tent of Teyrn Loghain. State your business.
Tell me about this fella.
How can you not know of Loghain? He helped free Ferelden. He was the brains behind King Maric's armies and drove out those damned Orlesians. King Maric rewarded him by making him a Teyrn. Can you imagine? A commoner became a high nobleman just like that. Without Loghain, you can bet the king wouldn't be winning against these Darkspawn.
Sorry, I'm used to living underground, quite literally. Is the Teyrn inside? What is he doing?
He's inside, but I don't think it's my place to discuss his activities.
He's wanking. I would like an audience with the Teyrn, please. Surely you can tell me a little about him.
I suppose, as long as we talk quietly. He and the king have been arguing for days.
Gossip with me.
Teyrn's known the king since he was swaddled, so they don't stand on ceremony. The Teyrn speaks his mind, and the king yells right back. Personally, I think the king should do what Teyrn Loghain tells him. Without the Teyrn, we wouldn't be doing as well here as we are.
Nice. I would like an audience with this Teyrn, please.
I suppose you have a message for him. Hold on, then.
Yes, I'm very persuasive. I'm a persuasive little dwarf.
Yes, what is it? Oh, you're Duncan's new Grey Warden, I assume.
Yes, I am.
Kalen's fascination with the Wardens goes beyond the ordinary. Are you aware his father brought your order back to Ferelden?
A fascination you don't share.
The Wardens are impressive, but not as relevant as Kalen thinks. You're no surface dwarf, I can see it in your eyes. Smart of the Grey Wardens to look for new recruits in Orzammar. I don't suppose you'll be riding into the thick of battle with the rest of your fellows, will you?
I certainly hope so.
Here for the glory, huh? Fair enough. Now I must return to my task. Pray that our king proves amenable to wisdom, if you're the praying sort.
And if he doesn't?
Then simply pray.
Then simply pray. Alright. We met that boy. Duncan. There's an impressive fire you've got here, mate.
You found our tent, I see. Is there something you need?
I have some questions.
Alistair can help you with those. I had hoped he would be back by now.
I feel neglected by my father.
You there.
Yo, look at my
What's your name?
jogs.
It's Pick, sir.
Go tell Tern Loghain that the war party's ready to begin scouting. We'll send word if we find anything amiss.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
If you have business with the Ash Warriors, I suggest you speak to our commander.
Look at this beefy fella. He's so cute. Look at this red one. Dude, these dogs are fucking cool. That's like literally a Tasmanian tiger. Look at the stripes on that one. I can't pet him though, so this is a 0 out of 10. It fails the dog test. God damn it.
We must see to our hounds. To an Ash Warrior, a hound is as much a weapon as a blade.
Okay, Duncan, I am hereby, effective immediately, resigning from the Grey Wardens. I wish to become an Ash Warrior, so I can ride this dog into battle. It's the perfect size for me. I need artwork of me on the back of one of these hounds as my dwarf character riding into battle. Like, look at this. I need it.
We are preparing for battle. This is a solemn time for us.
Hey, that guy over there will tell you I'm a Grey Warden, but like, don't listen to him. I want a dog. Give me a dog. Ash Warrior leader.
You're the dwarf who walks with the Grey Wardens. A respectable decision.
You know much about us dwarves?
Some, like all Ash Warriors. Our training originates from the dwarves. Is there something you wanted? We have no time for idle chatter.
I would like a dog, please. You don't look like the other soldiers in the army.
We aren't. We're Ash Warriors, as you should well know.
You trained with the Dwarven Berserker Warriors?
Our discipline was passed down to us from the time of Luthias the Dwarf Son. He trained with the Berserkers of your kind, long ago.
So you are the same as Berserkers in Orzammar?
Perhaps. I've never been, so I cannot say for certain, but I'm told our traditions are the same. We harness the rage inside us, nurture it, and draw it out so we cannot fall in battle until our last foe is slain. It is a dwarven discipline, but we've adapted it to let us fight alongside our hounds. That is our way. I trust my hound with my life, as he trusts me with his.
Berserker. Alright, they're literally similar to Dwarven Berserkers. It's like they were made for me. Is a dog that good in combat?
A trained Mabari hound is as dangerous as any sword. We do not speak of a city pet or those things that sit in an old woman's lap.
The crusty white dogs of doom. What are you preparing for?
To scout the wilds and watch the progression of the Darkspawn horde. With luck, we'll find and slaughter many stragglers. The hunt will be good if my hound survives the blood of his prey. If he dies, I shall mourn tonight.
Do not speak of such things. Survives the blood? What do you mean?
Darkspawn blood is poisonous, but not always fatal. Those who survive grow immune to its effects. The Wardens say that tainted blood drives even the survivors mad eventually. But not today. Today, we hunt and we kill.
That's good. Wouldn't it be smarter to leave your dogs behind? Why have you painted your dogs?
They use scent to distinguish us from our enemies. But the blood of battle can confuse them. So we paint ourselves with Caddis, which overpowers the blood, and also paint our hounds so they know we are the same.
Nice. What if the enemy is painted with Caddis as well?
Why? Would you steal our Caddis and give it to the Darkspawn hordes?
I hope you're joking.
If you tried, we would kill you. That is no joke.
Tell me of Luthias the Dwarfson.
I am no bard, but I will do my best. Luthias was a claimed tribesman. Some said he was too short to be a warrior, but he was strong and fierce. His chieftain sent him to the dwarves of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance, where he fell in love with the king's daughter, Skya, and brought her back to his tribe. She taught Luthias to use the dwarven battle wrath to summon his strength and ignore all pain. Luthias then taught this to the Clane, who made him their chieftain.
Nice. What happened to him?
Luthias' prowess earned him the love of Morrigannon, a beautiful chieftain of another tribe.
Morrigannon.
When Skya learned of his seduction, she returned to her people. Luthias was grieved. He sent Morriganen away, but this only vexed her, and began a long war between their tribes. In the end, Matthias slew Morriganen in single combat. However, his wounds were great, and he perished when the rage ended. The dwarves came from Orzammar that day and gave Matthias an honored burial in the mountains. And we live by his teachings even today.
That's a cool story. What happened to his wife, Skya?
It is said that before the final battle, she returned to Matthias and gave him a shirt of dwarven chain, along with a final night of passion. Then she was gone forever. If she lived on in Orzammar, only your people would know.
What a story. I hear more of crime and punishment than heroes in battle.
Time fades even legend, perhaps. I know Matthias was the first of our warriors, and that is enough for me.
Cool. The dialogue and the dog barks together were like skipping a little bit there. It's just like confused the hell out of me. You could have just said he was the first Ash Warrior.
Matthias was a great man. I doubt I've done his tale justice.
I should be going.
My thanks. There is hunting to be done, and I'll not be kept from it.
Nice, mate. Codex entry. Nice. Legend of Matthias Dwarfson. At an early age, Matthias was smaller than most children of the Alamari. I'm not going to be able to read that without thinking about calamari. That's unfortunate. At the age of 12, Matthias saved Tuthar, the son of the tribal chief, from his own dog. The dog had gone rabid, and when it attacked Tuthar, Matthias slew it with his bare hands. Tuthar's father, Mabane. So many names, so many incorrect pronunciations. We're just going to roll with the punches here. Mabene was impressed with Matthias' strength and bravery, and so took him in as his own son. When Matthias grew to manhood, he became known for his charisma and bravery. While shorter than his fellow warriors, Matthias was stronger and doughtier than any warrior in the tribe. When Matthias was still a young man, Mabene sent him to the dwarven city of Orzammar to negotiate an alliance. Mabane's tribe had come into conflict with other calamari, and he needed as much help as he could get. Matthias was unable to convince the dwarven king to aid his tribe, but fell in love with the king's daughter Skya. Matthias and Skya fled the dwarven realm and returned to his tribe. Skya taught Matthias the art of fighting without pain, the berserker state known as the Battle Wrath, and with it, Matthias became a renowned warrior. Matthias led his tribe to many victories until eventually he replaced his foster father as chief of his tribe. This peace would not last. During a feast between the tribal leaders of the Calamari and the Avar, the beautiful and powerful Avar chieftain, with a lot of spaces in between, Morriganen, became enamored with Matthias and seduced him. Skya learned of the tryst and fled the village to return to Orzammar. When Matthias rebuffed Morriganen's offer of marriage, she left in great anger, and from that moment on, there was war between the two tribes. Matthias cheated on Skya and paid the price. For 15 years, the Calamari and Avar fought. During the Battle of Red Falls, a powerful young warrior from Morriganen's tribe challenged Matthias to a battle. Matthias was injured grievously, but slew the boy. Morriganen revealed that the boy was Matthias' son, conceived 15 years ago during their tryst. She cursed Matthias as the murderer of his own kin, and the Battle of Red Falls turned against Matthias. Morriganen defeated Matthias in battle after battle until the Alamari were driven to the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. God damn, this is such a cool story. The Codex has so many cool things going on in it. I'm loving reading about all this information. Matthias made a last stand at the foothills of the Frostback Mountains. In the night before his final battle, Skya came to him and offered him a dwarven suit of chain in exchange for a night together. Matthias agreed and wore the armor the following morning in battle. The battle was fierce and bloody, and Matthias met Morriganen in personal combat. In the end, Matthias slew the warrior woman, but not before receiving a mortal wound to his heart, the chain inexplicably unable to block her final blow. Matthias died, and after the battle was done, a party of dwarven warriors come down from the mountain and took the body of Matthias back to Orzammar. From the legend of Matthias Dwarfson, author unrecorded, circa 350 ancient. Nice. That's cool. Books and Songs is a nice little title. That's why he's like, I'm no bard, but I'll tell you the story. I won't sing it to you, though. Even you've got a dog, mate.
Hail. You're one of Duncan's new recruits, correct? I can't let you through to the Korkari Wilds until he gives the word.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Why not?
The Korkari Wilds is a dangerous place. More so now that it crawls with darkspawn. They say the Great Blight began deep within its forests. One of our scouting patrols has been gone for 3 days. We're taking bets on who got them first, the darkspawn or the Witches of the Wilds.
Witches of the Wilds?
Oh, sure. There's an old legend in these parts about Flemeth, the apostate sorceress who conquered this area centuries ago. She united the chasing barbarians and invaded the farmlands. That's when the great hero, Cormac, destroyed her army with his. Took her head right off, so they say. Her daughters survived and became the Witches of the Wild. Tales tell of them plaguing this area since, mostly superstitions, stealing babies and spoiling milk.
It's really interesting that sometimes pronunciations in this game itself are different to what I would say, because I would say apostate, you know? So I would also say it differently. So it depends where you are from in the world and how you pronounce words as well. Witches stealing babies. And you think these witches exist?
Only when it's dark and the wind is bad. No doubt those patrols met some darkspawn. That's enough for anyone to worry about. At any rate, that's why Duncan doesn't want you wandering out without his say-so.
Why is my father so strict? Should go where I please. I'm a dwarf.
May the Maker preserve us all. They say the Darkspawn horde has grown larger.
Where'd that elf lad go?
Stand here in this hour, good folk of Ferelden, and we contemplate the death that may await. Death is no failure, my friends. Should it find you, you will not have failed your king. You will have served your Maker. Die in this battle, and when you stand before the Maker in the land beyond the Fade, he shall not find you wanting. Go not into death gladly, but with the knowledge that evil has been held at bay by your spilled blood. And if you go to stand beside the Maker, go with our blessing, for you shall not be forgotten. My friends, let us bow our heads and remember those who have fallen and those who have yet to fall.
Alright, I'll talk to you now.
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
It's like, as soon as I got up here, it was just like, had this very particular image in my head straight away. I was just like... so good. Win!
Well met.
Well met.
Well met.
Well met.
If you'll excuse me, we are praying. Shh, I'm trying to listen.
Just stop talking, mate. You're not listening very well, are you?
How do you do?
Quiet. I'm trying to listen. Hail, Grey Warden.
Aren't we receiving a large number of reinforcements from the Grey Wardens in Orlais soon?
Orlais.
Well met.
Well met.
Greetings, young man. You are Duncan's newest recruit, are you not? He's not a man easily impressed. You should be proud. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Wynne, one of the mages summoned by the king.
I am Mapo.
Well met, and good luck to you on the battlefield. To us all, in fact.
Will you be fighting beside the king?
Not precisely. The Grey Wardens will be on the front lines, not the mages. Still, we have our parts to play. To defeat the Darkspawn, we have to work together. It's not an idea everyone seems able to grasp.
Nice. You faced Darkspawn before?
Stragglers, yes. Not the vast horde the scouts speak of. I wonder, how much do you know of the connection between Darkspawn and the Fade?
0. Not much.
It's home to many spirits, some benevolent, others far less so. At the heart of the Fade lies the Black City.
What's the Black City, then?
Some say the Black City was once the seat of the Maker. But when the mages from the Tevinter Imperium found a way into the city, it was tainted with their sin. That taint transformed those men, turning them into twisted reflections of their own hearts. And the Maker cast them back to the Earth, where they became the first Darkspawn. At least that's what the Chant of Light says.
You humans and your chantry. Is that true?
It may be allegory, meant to teach us that our own evil causes human suffering. Or it may be true. It is as good an explanation as any for now.
Okay. Do you have any proper advice?
Advice? Never. You young ones know all there is to know about the world anyway. Why would you need advice from an elder? But I'm certain Duncan has more for you to do than talk to me.
Okay, Win. I'll see you around. Win. I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. Win's talent became apparent early on, particularly her skill at healing magic. She was well liked by all her mentors and was recognized as an exceptionally gifted student. Even the Templars who watched her could not deny that she represented the best the Circle had to offer. She was an intelligent young woman who possessed a quiet confidence and maturity beyond her years. She spent many years mentoring apprentices within the Circle, and her peers thought so highly of her that she was asked to be first enchanter Irving's successor, but she refused, saying that she had no desire to work in the upper echelons. When word reached the Tower of King Kaelin's court arms, Wynne volunteered to go to Ostagar. Nice. Okay. Oh, Templars.
Sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
They're doing the secret dance of magic.
I'm sorry, but the mages must not be interrupted.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
Sorry, did you say the mages must not be interrupted? Fade?
The Fade is the realm of dreams and the land of the dead, or so the mages tell us. Regardless, they are not to be disturbed, not even by Grey Wardens.
The Fade. Alright. As you wish.
The mages must not be interrupted. Their spirits are in the Fade.
Couldn't. Little dwarven sprint. I'll sneak in there. Oh, actually.
Sometimes silence is best.
The mages must not be interrupted.
Oh, these Templars are something else. These Templars, they're very perceptive. They are very perceptive indeed. Alright, where are we? So, Quartermaster, we're going up there. Infirmary, Dog Kennels, and the Kennel Master. Let us talk to the Kennel Master.
This isn't good. I'd hate to waste such a promising member of the breed.
I'll have him. I'm looking to adopt.
I could use some help.
I'm looking to adopt a dog. Mel Wet to you, sir. What's the problem?
This is a Mabari. Smart breed and strong. His owner died in the last battle, and the hound swallowed darkspawn blood.
God damn it.
I have medicine that might help, but I need him muzzled first.
Ah, just how smart is this dog?
Centuries ago, a mage bred them to be smart and understand what they're told. They can remember and carry out complex orders. Most valuable dogs in the world. Trouble is, they generally imprint to one master. Re-imprinting them is very difficult, but without the medicine, re-imprinting won't be an issue. Will you help?
Mate, if it gets me a dog, let's go. Could he be imprinted to me?
We can try, but first we need to muzzle and medicate him.
Do I get a dog in this game? Because that makes up for the lack of petting the dog. If so, I'll give it a shot.
Go in the pen and let him smell you. We'll know right away if he'll respond.
Cool.
Let's hope this works. I'd really hate to have to put him down.
Either I get a dog or I lose a hand. The dog looks up at you respectfully, backing down from his aggressive stance. You can see intelligence in his eyes as well as a great deal of pain. This animal is very ill. But he looks at me, and there is a connection. We're gonna bond. Kill the dog! What the fuck? Unbelievable choice. Put the muzzle on the dog. Kill the dog. What kind of a monster would pick that option?
Well done. Now I can treat the dog properly, poor fella. Come to think of it, are you heading into the wilds anytime soon?
I might be. Why?
There's a particular herb I could use to improve the dog's chances. It's a flower that grows in the swamps here, if I remember. If you happen across it, I could use it. It's very distinctive, all white, with a blood-red centre.
Okay, you had me at dog. Will the dog be alright without it?
If he doesn't get it, chances are he'll need to be put down.
Where in the wilds would I find this flower?
It usually grows in dead wood that collects at the edge of ground pools. Should be plenty this time of year.
See if I can find one.
Good. In the meantime, I'll begin treating our poor friend.
Oh, new quest! The Mabari Hound. Gather the strange flower from the wilds. The kennel master at the king's camp has a Mabari, a hound bred for intelligence and combat ability. It has been poisoned by darkspawn blood. You have muzzled the hound, but the kennel master needs a flower that grows in the wilds to treat him properly. The flower is white with a red center. Yo! Mabari Warhound. Dogs are an essential part of Ferelden culture, and no dog is more prized than the Mabari. The breed is as old as myth, said to have been bred from the wolves who served Dane. Prized for their intelligence and loyalty, these dogs are more than mere weapons or status symbols. The hounds choose their masters and pair with them for life. To be the master of a Mabari anywhere in Ferelden is to be recognized instantly as a person of worth. The Mabari are an essential part of Ferelden military strategy. Trained hounds can easily pull knights from horseback or break lines of pikemen, and the sight or sound of a wave of war dogs howling and snarling has been known to cause panic among even the most hardened infantry soldiers. Fuck yeah. I like the sound of that.
Well met.
Mel wet.
So, any last wishes I can help fulfill before you head into battle? Life is fleeting, you know. That pretty face could be decorating some darkspawn spear this time tomorrow. Shall I take that quiet glare as a no? Oh, well, too bad. Well, you're not what I thought you'd be.
What did you think I'd be?
Not a dwarf, yet here you are. The name's Daveth. It's about bloody time you came along. I was beginning to think they cooked this ritual up just for our benefit.
What do you know about this ritual?
I happened to be sneaking around camp last night, see, and I heard a couple of Grey Wardens talking. So, I listened in for a bit. I'm thinking they plan to send us into the wilds.
So what? That wouldn't frighten me.
Cannibals, beasts, witches, and now darkspawn. What isn't to be scared of?
Oh, mate.
It's all too secretive for me. Makes my nose twitch. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like we have a choice.
Cheapest chips, it'll be easy. They're forcing you to be here?
I've got nowhere else to go after what Duncan saved me from. Anyway, I expect it's time to get back to Duncan. That's where I'll be if you need me for anything.
Alright, mate. Daveth. The quartermaster.
Have you seen an elf running about? Young woman, red hair, carrying a suit of chain.
Can't say I have, no.
Blast it. Where did she go? That suit better be patched up when she gets back or by the maker up. Oh, pardon my manners. My troubles are no concern of yours, I'm sure. I'm the quartermaster. Did you come for supplies?
Yes. Do you need help tracking this girl down?
Oh, I'm sure you have better things to do than run errands for me. I can find her myself.
No, please, sir. I am in an RPG. Give me the pointless side quest. What kind of supplies do you have?
Arms and armor, for the most part. It's for the King's men, but you Grey Wardens can buy what you need for a modest price. I also have some, goods on the side I can provide. Strictly off the record, of course. To keep morale up, you understand.
Aha, a little bit of drugs. Let's go. Give me the dwarven cocaine. Let's see your other goods.
So long as you keep it quiet.
Yes, mate. He trusts me. All right, let's take a look. Hey, yo. Where are the drugs? A soul rot bomb. An acid flask. Firebomb health. Injury kit. A double-baked Mabari Crunch. With a lovely melted cheese topping, double-baked Mabari Crunch is absolutely irresistible, at least if you're a dog. The fact that it says that it's restricted to the Mabari Hound feels like it's definitely a confirmation that we can have a dog. Double-baked Mabari Crunch restores a moderate amount of health of a Mabari Hound's health and stamina over time, and it cures up to 3 injuries. Okay, a rock salve. We got recipes for firebombs, concentrated death root extract, sleeping gas trap plans, rock salve, lure plans, a glamour charm. This minor magical charm captures the viewer's attention and distract. Ooh, pretty. Oh, that's cool. You can capture the viewer's attention and distract them for 20 silver. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, for 20 silver. But because there's 2 of them, it's at 40. Fire and ice arrows. Cool. Enchanter's staff. Soldier's helm. It's very, very expensive here, sir. Throw in a discount for a handsome dwarf, please. What can I sell here? I can sell my DLC items for a lot of money. Could do that. Let's sell this silver bowl. Does it tell us how much? Okay. I need to watch this, don't I, when I sell something. I'm assuming it sells for exactly the amount listed. I was wondering if it might be a thing where certain sellers don't buy it off you for the full value. Oh no, there it is. Yeah. So you can sell both. We'll just sell the one, because I might need 1 shield. Oh, hang on. I've got the iron shield. Never mind. Get rid of that. The Bulwark of the True King, which is a giant kite shield with 32 strength, I can sell for a lot of money. Oh, look at all that gold. I'll keep all of my DLC items for now, though. I won't get rid of them. I got a bunch of daggers that I could probably sell 2 of. I might have a mage in my party at some point, so it's probably a good idea to keep the lyrium potions on me, right? I almost just sold them, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not just going to be only a dwarf for the whole game, will I? There'll probably be some shit. So we've got the Educan mace, which is cool, so we could probably sell our dwarven mace at this point, and just keep that one. Or we could dual wield. Can we dual wield maces? No, because it just says mace main hand. Let me sell those then. So I think we can only have daggers in 2 hands because it says it's one-handed. It doesn't specify a hand. Alright, that's probably good for now. I've got a little bit of money. Sold some items. Let's actually take a look at this this mace and inspect it. This is quite old, but made finely. The seal of House Aegican and Smith House Galero are emblazoned side by side on the pommel. Nice. So, could I... Yeah, I can have a mace and a dagger, at least. Which is cool. Alright, thanks, Quartermaster. That is not a real person, that is a suit of armor.
Very well.
I'm going to steal this studded leather armor, even though I don't need it.
Hello again. Is there something you need?
Yes.
Some supplies, perhaps?
I want to sell you my armor, actually.
Well, let me know what you'd like.
Oh, there you go. So now you can look into his normal inventory. A backpack. This pack is designed to distribute weight evenly, letting explorers fight unfettered even while carrying large quantities of gear. Each backpack purchased automatically increases inventory capacity by 10. It's fucking expensive, isn't it? Chainmail. The elf fruit. Mushroom. 99 flasks. Nice. 1 silver and 14 copper pieces. I need a little bit more money first before I start doing this stuff. But there's a lot of items for me to look into. I'm going to sell you some armor. I don't think it sells what you have equipped, which is good. Let's sell this. We'll sell 2 of these for now. I'll just keep some spare ones on. So 2 of those. Because what do I have? I've got these on already. Nice. Alright, good to know. Let's get out of here. Sell some stuff for a bit of money. We've got a side quest with a dog to do in the dog kennels, and the infirmary is up here.
I do not have time to speak at present, thank you.
Okay.
In the name of Andraste, I bless you today.
Andraste.
May you find favor in the Maker's eyes. So let it be.
Huh. Someone finally comes and talks to the lone prisoner. I don't suppose you've come to sentence me.
You haven't been sentenced?
No. They put someone like me in a cage until someone important has time to decide what to do with me. I don't suppose you have a bit of kindness in you? All I want is food and water. They haven't fed me since I was locked up and I'm starving.
Depends. What are you in for? Tell me why you're in there first. Depends what you've done, mate.
I'm a deserter. Or so they think. I bet there's no arguing them out of it, though. Armies are funny that way.
Did you desert?
I wasn't deserting. But when you catch someone sneaking around camp in the middle of the night, what else are you gonna think? Does it matter? All I want is a bit of food and water.
Why were you sneaking in the night? Yeah, if you weren't deserting, why sneak around the camp?
Oh, I would have deserted eventually. Just not then. I was stealing, not sneaking out of the camp. I got one of those wizards drunk and took his key. It belongs to a chest they got here, full of magical treasures. In fact, I still have it. I can't use it from here, but I'd trade you for some food and water.
This man has a key shoved up his ass. They didn't find the key when you were arrested?
I swallowed it. But it's come back into my possession since then, so to speak.
He pooped it out. He pooped it out. I'll take that. Kill him and take the key. That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, do you want the key or not?
I'll see what I can do.
Just ask my guard for his. He's still got some dinner. I saw him put it in his coat.
A hungry deserter. Help the hungry prisoner. The prisoner at the king's camp has begged you for some food. According to him, the guard may have some to give. Okay, we can get a key. Hey, mate. Apparently you got some food tucked away in there. Can I have it?
Lucky dog. You Grey Wardens get to ride with the king while I'm left with the drudgery of guarding this deserter. They should have just hanged him. Put his head on a pike as an example.
Give me your sweet roll, please. I desire it. Who is this prisoner exactly?
They say he was recruited before the war up in Dinnerham. Probably figured he'd never have to fight if he served the king, right?
Why did he want to desert?
Why does anyone want to desert? Because he thinks he's going to die and he's a bloody coward, that's why. Either that or he's been listening to a bunch of hogwash about how the Darkspawn will drag you off and eat you.
Okay. Seems like a waste for you to guard him all day.
I can't just let him go, can I? The army will figure out what to do with him. Probably just waiting for someone important to make a decision. Then they'll hang him, I expect. And I can go and do something else.
I had a chat with him, actually.
Don't expect it was an enlightening conversation.
He claims he wasn't deserting.
What a surprise. Another innocent prisoner. At any rate, it's not for me to say. He'll get his day to plead his case, or he won't. It's all the same to me.
He asked for some food and water.
Did he now? Since nobody sends me nothing to feed him with, the only way we'll get that is if I give him mine.
Persuade. So you miss one meal. This man could be hanged soon.
All right, all right. I guess the poor fella could stand to have one meal in his belly before he hangs. Don't know why you care. I had nothing to do with it, though. If anyone asks why he's burping, I'm gonna say it was you. Just so you know.
Cheers, mate. I got some food.
So? Brought me some food, have you? I'm so hungry I could faint dead away.
Here's some food.
Much obliged. May Andraste herself rain blessings upon you. And, as I mentioned, here's the key. Use it in good health, huh?
Did you wipe the key down before you gave it to me? Key to the mage's chest. An ornate key in questionable condition. Oddly enough, it's a little warm. Okay, where do I use said chest, though? You acquired a key from the prisoner, presumably for one of the chests in the Circle of Magi part of the king's camp. The chest will very likely only be reachable when the Tranquil are not present, such as when they're gone for the evening. Okay. Wait for the evening. Dog.
Sorry, the main army camp is off limits for you right now.
Mate, why can't I go places? It's almost as if you want me to do the main quest.
Welcome to the King's camp, my lord.
Melouette.
We'll show these Darkspawn they should have remained in the past.
Are you to fight under the other Grey Wardens? I hope to be under the King.
Ah, I suspect you are one of the new Grey Wardens. Will you accept the Maker's blessing?
If it is you providing the blessing, then yes. Thank you.
Then I bless you, Grey Warden, in the name of Andraste and the Maker above. May the chant of light carry your name to the ears of our Lord.
I have been blessed.
Greetings. You must be the third recruit we've heard about.
I am. Who are you?
Sir Jury is my name. I hail from Redcliffe, where I served as knight under the command of Arl Eamon. I wasn't aware dwarves could be Grey Wardens. I've only seen a few of your folk in the castle dealing with the smithy.
Can't believe you just stereotyped me. Not all dwarves are smiths, you know.
Of course. My father was the castle smith, so I encountered dwarves through him. I hope we're both lucky enough to eventually join the Wardens. Is it not thrilling to be given that chance?
Yes. You're not all that smart. I'm curious about the joining ritual.
As am I. Has anyone told you about it?
Only that it's dangerous, but it's all a big secret, apparently.
I never heard of such a ritual. I had no idea there were more tests after getting recruited. I suppose since you're finally here, I'd best get back to Duncan. I shall see you there.
Okay, so are the other two recruits the two humans then? Davith and Jory? Instead of it being an elf and a human like I thought, it's just like two other randoms?
Those Darkspawn can't be killed. I saw one with no head get right back up.
Nurse.
You need to convince them. We've got to run. The Darkspawn are coming.
You're mad, obviously. We have them on the run, I hear.
I saw them. We're gonna die.
I apologize, Warden. He's been like this ever since they found him in the wilds.
He's not dangerous, is he?
Only to himself, poor fellow. His wounds will heal, but his mind...
You can feel it, can't you? They taint the land, turn it black and sick. Oh, you can feel it inside. They'll come out of that forest and spread. Like caterpillars covering a tree. They'll swallow us whole.
That's quite enough out of you. You need to calm yourself, my good man.
My good man.
They were everywhere. I saw them.
No, not the caterpillars covering a tree.
I don't want to see anymore. I close my eyes and... Please just leave me be.
I apologize if the soldier disturbed you. Ever since they found him in the wilds, he's been like this. It's so sad.
The pain!
The pain!
I can feel it inside me.
That's inappropriate.
I can feel it inside me.
That's just my foot. Okay. He can feel it inside of him. Are we about to have an alien plot take place right now? He's got a little xenomorph that's going to pop out of him.
How do you do?
Melouette. Oh, nice. Alright, so now he's here. They're both here now.
Well, in for a silver, in for a crown, as my dear mum always used to say.
We should see what Duncan wants us to do next, don't you think?
Wrong. I have a date with Alistair. Alright, I can finally go up the top here. I am. I can level up as well. Another 3 attributes. Let's go... I genuinely feel like, even though I'm a rogue, I feel like strength is going to be important because we're seeing a couple of things that are just like requiring certain levels of strength for our weapons. So I might bump that up with another 2 to 16, and then I'm going to put dexterity at 17. And a skill, dual weapon and archery. All right, we're going to go for dual weapon training because we're rocking 2 of them. More proficient fighting with 2 weapons, closer to normal damage bonus with the offhand weapon. Dual striking and dual weapon sweep. Okay, that's a skill. And so is this. Character strikes with both weapons simultaneously. Attacks cause more damage, but the character cannot inflict regular critical hits or backstabs. Both weapons in a broad forward arc, striking nearby enemies with one or both weapons, and significantly more damage is dealt. Alright, we'll go with the weapon training first. Oh, yeah. And now I'll save. Again. Okay. What's going on down here then?
Well met.
Melwet. War Council. Servant.
I've a great many tasks to attend to.
Servant.
I'm sorry, but there's so much to do before the battle. I must attend to my duties or I'll get the switch.
The switch. All right, elf servants. All right.
I have urgent duties, sorry.
I shall do it.
Rough. I'll take this shitty dagger. 5 XP. Are you an elf? Yeah. So wild. I did not expect the elves to have a slavery backstory. Can't have fantasy without slavery and racism, can you? Apparently. It's really interesting how deeply ingrained those aspects are within certain races, like how orcs and goblins and all that are generalized in particular ways. And something that I actually really like about some modern fantasy settings, for something a bit more refreshing and less like cliche and overused, is I really like different takes on fantasy races, like having orcs and goblins and stuff like that are traditionally in fantasy always relegated to one particular stereotype, is having them be represented differently, and it's actually really cool and refreshing. And there's something similar in regards to, I'm just going to give a brief Star Wars reference, is the Gungans are always just sort of thought of and referred to as these silly speaking characters that are just idiots. But what's really cool is we've had some Gungans in recent Star Wars media, mostly just like in books though, not in anything live action or animated, hopefully sometime soon, that actually talk normally and are actually quite serious characters, because races and species and people are all very diverse and there's so many different aspects to everyone, that it's way more refreshing when you can have, like, I don't know, like a fucking horde of goblins or orcs or something like that are actually like in more high society, or they're you know, treated as being very like smart and cunning and not just like these aggressive monsters, you know. But I definitely didn't expect the elf slavery angle, so that was an interesting one.
What is it now? Haven't Grey Wardens asked more than enough of the Circle?
I simply came to deliver a message from the revered mother, Sir Mage. She desires your presence.
What her reverence desires is of no concern to me. I am busy helping the Grey Wardens, by the King's orders, I might add.
Should I have asked her to write a note?
Tell her I will not be harassed in this manner.
Yes, I was harassing you by delivering a message.
Your glibness does you no credit.
Here I thought we were getting along so well. I was even going to name one of my children after you. The Grumpy One.
Enough. I will speak to the woman if I must. Get out of my way, fool.
Is this Alistair?
No. One good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together.
You are a very strange human.
You're not the first to tell me that. Wait, we haven't met, have we? I don't suppose you happen to be another mage?
I don't know if you can look at me, but how can a dwarf be a mage?
You never know. These mages sneak up on you. Wait, I do know who you are. You're Duncan's new recruit from Orzammar. I should have recognized you right away. I apologize.
And you must be Alistair.
Did Duncan mention me? Nothing bad, I hope. As the junior member of the Order, I'll be accompanying you when you prepare for the joining.
Nice. What can you tell me about this joining?
Honestly, nothing. Try not to worry about it. It will just distract you. There haven't been any dwarven Grey Wardens in some time. You must know a lot about Darkspawn.
Nobody knows much about them. You kill them.
That's a sound policy to be sure, but the Grey Wardens have always believed it's important to know your enemy. To know them is to know how to destroy them. Anyhow, whenever you're ready, let's get back to Duncan. I imagine he's eager to get things started.
That argument I saw, what was it about?
With the mage. The Circle is here at the King's request, and the Chantry doesn't like that one bit. They just love letting mages know how unwelcome they are, which puts me in a bit of an awkward position. I was once a Templar.
You were a mage hunter?
Not that that's all Templars do, but yes, The Chantry raised me until Duncan recruited me 6 months ago. I'm sure the revered mother meant it as an insult, sending me as her messenger, and the mage picked right up on that. I never would have agreed to deliver it, but Duncan says we're all to cooperate and get along. Apparently they didn't get the same speech.
You don't have to accompany me, do you?
Don't worry, I'll try not to embarrass you.
What about the other recruits?
Davith and Sir Jory are here in the camp. Have you met them?
Yes, both of them.
That makes things easy then. They'll both be back with Duncan by now.
Let's go.
If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, lead on.
Party members and tactics. When you're not controlling them, party members act according to tactics you set. Select Alistair by left-clicking on him or his portrait. Now open the tactics screen by pressing on the highlighted icon or pressing /. Okay. You can use the conditional tactics slot to design custom behavior for each character, or simply preset tactics. Change Alistair's preset to Defender. Being attacked by a ranged attack, he will do shield cover. Enemy health over 75% shield bash. Nearest visible enemy shield pummel. Nice. Okay. New codex. Alistair. You know, one good thing about the Blight is how it brings people together. Alistair was a novice Templar when Duncan recruited him into the Grey Wardens, or rescued him, as Alistair would say. Nice. So we got a newbie in our team. We've got a we will make a man out of you yet, Alistair, and I will be just the dwarf to do it. Okay. Cool. Okay, so we've got Alistair in our party, and we've got joining the Grey Wardens. We return with him to Duncan at his fire near the gate. Alright. Let's head back to dear old Duncan. Shall we? What a beautiful day. What a beautiful day to be a dwarf. It is quite nice up here. And nobody disrespects me up here, which is great.
Hail to you.
Melwet.
You found Alistair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alistair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone, Alistair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of Darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
Okay. 2 tasks. 3 vials of Darkspawn blood for the first one. What do we need Darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
I told you, we're getting hazed. This is the jalapeno. The jalapeno shots. They're gonna make us have chili peppers with Darkspawn blood, and drink it to show if our stomachs are hardy enough for battle. And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alistair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
We have to retrieve the Elder Scrolls. And if we don't, surely they will be sent to oblivion. Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Okay. What kind of scrolls are these? Are they elder in nature?
Old treaties, if you're curious.
Old scrolls.
Made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
Nice. So we are looking for some old scrolls. Older scrolls. And what if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them. Only a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Is this part of our joining too?
No. but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Sneaking in extracurricular activities in the joining, eh? Classic. How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alistair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Find the archive and 3 vials of blood. Understood.
Watch over your charges, Alistair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
Nice. Tainted blood. And the Grey Warden's cache. Hell yeah. Alright. Nice. This is our squad together. Oh god, look. Alright, I've got Jory and Darvith with me as well. I got a party of 4. That's exciting. Let's have a look. I got a party of 4. Wait, how do I go back? Hang on. How do I... It's just showing stats and not my actual inventory. I wonder if that's just because I'm in like a zone of peace right now. Alistair, Darvith, and Jory. All humans. God, I'm glad I'm bringing some diversity to this group. God damn it. Alright. With our party of 4 and our joining on the horizon, we're going to bring this episode of Dragon Age to a close. As I get stared at by these 4 humans, Dwarf is ready to go next time. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 2 of Dragon Age Origins. I am really enjoying this game, from its gameplay to its beautiful dialogue once again. I'm really liking learning about this world and diving into it. We'll see how things go next time. I'm very excited to continue, and I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.